No mai, haere mai, welcome to session number 6, day 3 of the Apollo Project's New Zealand Age Group Swimming Championships. Great to have Matt Hutchins here again with me for the final session. Matt, the heats this morning, great swim by Asher Smith-Franklin, his first, or second I think it was, New Zealand record in the S14 50 freestyle. He was only a fraction underneath.
Yeah, he continues to just be on fire here this week, and even in the heats throwing out national records. So looking forward to see if he can go a little bit faster again tonight and really, put that theory through that we saw swim faster at night.
That's true. Look at the looking at the program tonight, starting off with the 200 backstroke for both boys and girls across the age groups, the 5 different age groups. Then into the 400 metres individual medley, followed by the 100 metre freestyle for the able-body and the multi-class athletes. And then we finished with the 4x50 metre mixed relays across the 15 and under and 16 and over. A couple of tough matchups tonight. We've got some swimmers doing both the 200 backstroke and then backing up with a 400 IM, those being Talita McEwen, Ariel Machirahondo, Bridie Quayle. There could be more as well, but that's a pretty tough ask for one night.
Yeah, absolutely, and all three swimmers, seeded highly in both respective finals, and the 200 back and 400 AM by themselves, not easy events. Backstroke very tiring on the legs, so it'll be interesting to see what the race plans are early on in that race for the 200, and then what sort of focus they have going to that 400 AM, whether or not they attack that backstroke again or they try and conserve some energy for the back end of the race.
We saw, was it Christopher Calibote last night, or Daniel, I think it was, but came back in that breaststroke. And it didn't seem to affect him, maybe helped him.
Absolutely, and we say this, all these swimmers out there are pretty young, still in their teenage years, so energy's, even on day 3 of the meets, through the roof, so it'll be interesting to see how they go, but excited to see some fast swimming and see if we can have some swimmers pull off the old double goal out there.
Nice, and then we've got the 100 freestyle in the oldest age group for the boys. We've got Ollie Lutton and Finn Hullen there. Ollie Lutton, a very good relay swim last night.
Yeah, Ollie's been coming through really well in these shorter distances, and Finn Hullen in his own right, a great sprinter. And Ollie last night had the glory league for Aquagym to win that gold medal, splitting a 50.4, I think it was. So a little bit slower this morning, but we'll see if he can get down in those low 51s and see this battle really commence over 2 lengths of the pool.
Well, let's not hold it up any longer. Get underway with the final session here at the Apollo Project's New Zealand Age Group Swimming Championships.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Well, welcome back in. Please put your hands together and welcome our technical officials for tonight's final session. Introducing your referees for tonight's finals, Hugh Allen and Brent Harris. Starters for tonight's finals, Ross Gillespie and Kazuko Tapa. Technical director for these championships, Carlene Gillespie. Thank you, officials. First event on tonight's program is the men's, the boys, 200 metre backstroke. And please put your hands together and welcome our 13-year-old boys as they make their way onto pool deck. Lane 2, Donald Tiang. Lane 3, Oban Williams. 4, Seb Seggers. 5, Declan Broadfoot. 6, Lucas Bell. 7, Ashish Babahal. Nice start in lane 4 there. That is Seb Seggers. Great underwater work off the block, off the wall. He was the fastest this morning, 2:22.56 from United. He's done a good first 50 here, Matt. 31.94. He's just under a second faster down that first lap than his fellow swimmers.
Yeah, and looking really good out there. Really relaxing those legs over this first half of this race. And I think if you talk to a lot of swimmers that swim the 200 backstroke, the main thing that comes up and why it's such a difficult swim is it's so taxing on the legs. So being able to have that controlled speed, have that rhythm early on, with a nice kick but not a heavy kick, really, really important and good to see.
How important is the kick in backstroke? Often you'll get some lazy swimmers that don't really kick much at all, and it's all in the upper body. But what does the kick do to a backstroker?
Yeah, no, I think backstroke, unlike the other strokes on your front, the legs are more there to keep you on top of the water. I think, myself personally, if I'm lying on my back, my hips sink instantly. So that kick's so much more important to help keep yourself up on the surface of the water, up in that nice flat position where you're more aerodynamic through the water, making it less tiring and faster.
And coming into the 150 metre mark now, Seb Seggers still leads over Declan Broadfoot of Pirates. Third at the moment is lane 6, Lucas Bell. This is for the 13-year-old boys' New Zealand title. And now increasing his lead, Seb Seggers. He's looking fantastic down the final 50. Up that rating now.
And a really smooth backstroke, really, as he ups that tempo, not really bouncing around too much, keeping those arms going in a consistent, really swimming like a windmill out there. Entry
heat time of 2:22. He's going to go well underneath that. Great swim for Seb Seggers. Second will go to Declan Broadfoot. Third to Lucas Bell. All of these swimmers have gone underneath their heat time so far, and all of them do, including Ashish Babahal. Congratulations to all of the boys. There's the result for the 13-year-old boys. Please put your hands together and welcome our 14-year-old boys as they make their way onto pool deck. Lane 0, Kagan Boonen. Lane 1, Peter Van Biljon. Lane 2, Alwyn Bayo. 3, Chrisanda Seda. 4, Max Cave. 5, Ariel Machirando. 6, Osbert Gu. 7, Mitchell Ellis. 8, Preston Wang. 9, Jack Rust. Pretty even across the field down the first 25. Just emerging out the front there is lane 4, Max Cave. He was just a fraction faster than Ariel Machirahondo this morning in the heats. The visitor, Crisanda Serda, not far back at 2:16. And already a body length lead, Matt, down the first 50.
I was about to say, can I get some sound? Oh, there we go. No, I was about to say the speed here, the race plan here, obviously to go out fast, take the race to the field, and this 200 will be interesting to see how he holds up. A little bit of splash coming up behind him there, but that stroke rate's looking really good, sitting nice and high in the water. That shoulder rotation looking really good. But Ariel starting to close that gap a little bit here over the second 50.
Still a body length in front at the moment for Max Cave. He goes into the first 100 turn. 103.17, and just look at that split there. Ariel going 0.3 faster down the second 50. Everyone else back in the 34s, but we know he's got the back end. He's a 400 metre IMer as well. He's got that later in the program. We know he's going to have the back end to bring it home.
Absolutely, and being a 400 IMer, I mean, every stroke in that you have to have nice, relaxed speed, so it really benefits that opening half of a 200 as we're seeing him really close the gap here over this third 50, just that stroke rate picking up. Obviously the plan, attack that third 50, and you can just see every stroke getting a little bit closer and almost splitting 2 seconds faster than him there on that length.
Wow, and he turns first, Ariel Machirahondo. What a talent this young boy is. He's taken the lead. Beautiful long strokes. He's grabbing a heap of water at the front there. Not much kick to speak of at the moment. 15 metres to go. Are we going to see a challenge from Max Cave? I think Ariel's done enough. He's going to win it. What a swim. 2:10.83. Fantastic title for Ariel. Max Cave takes the silver. The visitor, Crisanda Serda, takes the visitor bronze. Elwyn Bayo takes the New Zealand bronze. Well done to our 14-year-old boys. Moving now to the 15-year-old boys, 200 metre backstroke final. They're coming out behind the blocks now. Lane 0, Finlay McNabb. Lane 1, Hans Hoff. 2, Alfie Weatherston Harvey. 3, Enoch Zhang. 4, Hamish Giddens. 5, Harrison James. 6, Tyson Lynch. 7, Ethan Stocks. 8, Zach Alexander. 9, Bo Nicholson. Now, Matt, we've got another case of these guys did 2:13s this morning, and Ariel Machirahondo did a 2:10 in the previous final. So a bit of inspiration to get these guys to go under 2:10, perhaps?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was saying earlier in the week, you know, as much as you say you don't think about it, it's definitely sitting there in the back of your mind, or at least when you're sitting there behind marshalling, getting ready to come out. And, you know, thinking about that, looks like Harrison James there in lane 5 is taking it to the field to try to make sure that they're not the ones that get beaten by the age group below them.
Yeah, we don't want to rub it in too much, do we? I've probably mentioned it too many times already. Away we go, lane 5. Harrison James, as you said, another good start down the first 50. Sitting in lane 7 there, that's Ethan Stocks. He started well from Roskill.
Yeah, and it looks like the rest of the field just sort of sitting in a line there coming into the 100, but at this point it is all Harrison James out, 1:03.0, so could be looking at a really good time. It's just whether or not he's maybe kicked it out a little bit too hard here, as we were talking about, saving those legs for the back end of the race, or if he can hold on and it's just going to be a brave swim.
What is the toughest thing, again, Matt, not as a backstroker, but from your knowledge of swimming, what is the thing that you need to really concentrate on as fatigue in backstroke? Is it the rating? Is it the kick? Is it the body position, head position?
Yeah, I think as you fatigue in backstroke, you tend to see a lot of people start to bounce around up and down, trying to throw those arms up and over. But it's really important just to really turn those shoulders side to side. That rotation is going to balance a lot of that out and keep that stroke in the position where you want it to be. As you can see, Harrison here, just really nice getting those shoulders up as he picks the stroke rate up, not bouncing that head in any way.
Harrison James coming down to win the 15-year-old boys 200 metres backstroke. He's had it convincing from the very first 50, coming strongly. Hamish Giddens for the silver, and bronze I think is going to go to lane 3, Enoch Zhang. He gets there. We said just about under 2:10, he nearly did it, 2:10.09. Great improvement over this morning's seats of 2:13. In fact, 2:14 for Harrison James. Yeah, he looks pretty wrapped with that too. Well done to our 15-year-old boys. There's the official result of the 15-year-old boys. We now invite the 16-year-old boys to make their way onto pool deck. I think they have done. In lane 0, Brandon Holder. Lane 1, Josh Carroll. Lane 2, Ethan McDonald. Lane 3, James Crosby. Lane 4, Jasper Cornish. 5, Liam Rees. 6, Daniel Williams. 7, Jamie Hanton. 8, Matthew Zeng. Lane 9, Liam Woods. Jasper Cornish a bit late up to the curl, but he gets away very, very well indeed. Jasper Cornish, lane 4 from Coast, the backstroke specialist. He'll also be in the 100 metres freestyle later on. Did a pretty smart 100 free in the relay too.
And smart by avoiding the 400 IM for that double tonight, so giving himself a little bit of extra rest for those legs.
Yeah, I'm sure we wouldn't see him in that. I'm not sure that's quite his cup of tea. Goes through the first 50. Jasper Cornish, 29.14. He's got a half-second lead over lane 3 at the, and this is James Crosby. Entry time of 2:09.32, and I don't think that was his best. I think he's done about a 2:06, 2:07.
And really starting to just ease into this length here, and maybe not ease up too much, but obviously the intensity from that first 50 really set himself up nicely, turning here in a 1:01, so really settling into wanting to hold that 32 low for these next 2 lengths and then really trying to power it home.
Yeah, could see a drop off of 4 or 5 seconds here to the second 100. That could see us at 2:05, 2:06 if Jasper's got a good back end. That gap closing now. James Crosby, Ethan McDonald starting to creep up here. What does this mean, Matt? Are we seeing a bit of a lull in the third 50? Are we going to see more from Jasper Cornish in that final 50?
Potentially a bit of a lull. Maybe that 29.1 was pushing it out a little bit too hard, but a really strong underwater there creates a little bit more space coming into this last length, but it is going to come down to this race. It does look like James Crosby's getting ready to mount a push.
And here comes Jasper Cornish. I think he's recognised where he was, what he needed to do in this final 50. He's now a good half body length in front, and now we see lanes 5 and 6. Liam Rees, Daniel Williams starting to come into play. Who's going to get the silver? Who's going to get the bronze here in these 16-year-old boys? 200 backstroke. Jasper Cornish will win it. 2:08.34. Crosby gets the silver. And McDonald, lane 2, holds on to the bronze. Very close indeed. Just 0.2 of a second there. Back to 4th and 5th. And just look how close this one was in the end between that 2nd to 5th. We now introduce to you the finalists of the 17, 18-year-old age group. Boys, 200 backstroke. Lane 0, Caleb Ruafari. Lane 1, Thomas Logger. 2, Callum Lockhart. 3, Angus Blair. 4, Joseph Coriadi. 5, Ethan Cohn. 6, Ethan Buchanan. 7, Max Gardner. 8, Ben Isles. And we're going to see an interesting final here. I think there might have been a little bit of cruising going on this morning in the heats. Not a lot separating lanes 3 through 5.
Yeah, an even field. And as I mentioned the other night, you know, these boys all 17 and 18 racing each other for a few years. So they probably all knew kind of roughly what they had to do to make the finals, and racing each other this morning probably knew what everyone, probably even had a chat about what their race strategies were in marshalling this morning. So hopefully we see a competitive fast race here tonight, but it's looking nice and even right now. So hopefully as we get towards the end of this race, it's going to pick up and be quite exciting.
Joseph Godiati currently leads. You've got a slender margin, going quite well out here in lane 7. This is Max Gardner. I think it is lane 3 at the moment. Angus Blair, who's sitting in 2nd. No, it's Gardner in 7.
Yeah, Max Gardner, a really good breaststroker, IMer as well, so definitely not weak at the backstroke or the 200 distance. So it'll be interesting to see how he holds up, trying to bring in that kick. But yeah, lanes 2 and 3, Callum Lockhart, Angus Blair hanging in there, all at the moment just chasing for that first spot.
Joseph Godiati in control of the 17, 18, 200 backstroke now, a body length and a half clear with 50 metres to swim. And still Max Gardner sitting pretty good in lane 7 here. Could set himself up for a silver from the outside lane.
Yeah, Angus Blair closing the gap a little bit on that third 50, but Max looking like he's got a pretty strong swim. It looks like they're starting to even out a little bit with 25 to go, but
it's going to be close. Joseph Cottiardi will win it. I think Angus Blair's going to get there for the silver. Max Gardner for the bronze. Congratulations to our 17, 18-year-old boys there, most of them doing faster than this morning's heats. We'll catch a word with Joseph on that win. Good on you, Joseph. Congratulations on your national title. Pretty convincing in the end. Are you happy with that one?
Yeah, real happy with that one.
Pretty tired. Catch your breath. You went out pretty hard in that first 100, that first 50, in fact. Got a body length clear and pretty much held it from there.
Yeah, just wanted to take it from the start and see what I could do.
You happy with the time?
Yeah, real happy.
Well, good on you. We'll let you get the warm down. Congratulations. Well, that concludes event 18, the boys 200 backstroke age finals. Now we're on to event 19, the girls 200 metre backstroke, starting with the 13-year-old girls. In lane 1, Jordan Iosefa. Lane 2, Taylor Newman. 3, Maddie Young. 4, Arissa Liu. 5, Violet Carter. 6, Mia Spencer Morgan. Lane 7, Elise Lamb. Look at that underwater work there in lane 4 by Arissa Liu. That she has been working on, Matt. That was amazing.
Absolutely, and taking full advantage of the backstroke levers they have there now on the starts to get that great launch off that start, get herself in a good position, and obviously been working on that backstroke to spend more time underwater. Obviously in backstroke you don't have to worry about breathing as much when you pop up. So yeah, using it till its full advantage, and I'm sure we'll see another great underwater off this turn.
And if we do, you'd like to think this is something other swimmers should strive for, the underwater work here of Arissa Liu. And good on the coaching team from Phoenix for getting her to that point.
Absolutely. It's one of those things, you know, in swimming you always talk about how, you know, being able to get under the water for the longest is the way to be faster, and you can say it as much as you want, but it's one of those things that no matter how often you tell a swimmer, the onus is fully on that swimmer to do it every time they do a turn in training, every time they practice it, because it's really not something you can do once or twice and then expect to work here in the race.
Yeah, habit forming, that's for sure. Needs to be done every time, and quite often very easy to not do it. Very easy to just come up early or take a breath or take the easy way. And Arissa Liu leads 1:10 through the first 100.
Absolutely.
And she's got herself in a great position here.
Absolutely. I was going to say it's fantastic to see that sort of discipline with the underwaters and the training from someone in the 13-year-old age group. A really good work ethic there, something that'll lead onto some fantastic swimming as she gets older. But as you can see, it's paying dividends here with a really, really strong lead going into this 150.
Violet Carter from Icebreaker sitting in second in lane 5, and another half body length back to Maddie Young of Wharanui. And look at that, Violet Carter doing a very good third 50 there. She's taken back some of that margin, but I think there's too much of a lead here. Arissa Liu.
Yeah, and Violet only a second behind this morning on the program, and as you can see, really got that closing speed here. It may be a little bit too late, but it's definitely going to be a little bit closer than it was looking maybe 40 metres ago.
It has, with that early advantage Arissa has paid off. She's going to win it here. The 13-year-old girls national title. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Arissa Liu. 2:29.31. The silver to Carter, the bronze to Young. And there's a bit of that replay on the screen of that wonderful underwater work at the beginning. We move now to the 14-year-old girls 200 backstroke age final. Lane 1, Neve Quayle. 2, Marina Nadillo. 3, Olivia Wheeler. 4, Bridie Quayle. 5, Amy McGivern. 6, Paige Stringer. 7, Kayla Knight. 8, Hayley McIntyre. Strong start, lane 3, Olivia Wheeler from United. And Bridie Quayle just coming up to match her, just caught her in that first 25.
Yeah, and Bridie, we've seen her win the 200 IM and the 200 breaststroke already this week. Both those races fairly dominant from start to finish, took those races out really fast. Look at the program a little bit closer with the field tonight in this race, so we'll see if that race strategy changes and how well she holds out, but a fantastic underwater.
Oh, what another fantastic piece of underwater streamline and kick off the wall. And it seems that Bridie Quayle's got the swimming part sorted in the 50, but Olivia Wheeler is gaining back that deficit on every turn.
Absolutely. Looking really, really good there by Bridie. Really good head position, really good rotation on the stroke. As you said, just trying to get in these turns and make some more distance so she can hold off that charge from underwater from Olivia.
Let's see how we go this time. Not quite the distance off the wall this time for Olivia Wheeler. The margin is 0.6 of a second. And starting to come through in lane 6 here is Paige Stringer. Paige Stringer sitting in third. Fourth at the moment is Amy McGurvin.
And obviously here, Bridie's race plan attacking that third 50 as she's just creating more and more distance as she gets down this pool. The 200, really the main focus is always that third 50. I always just think everyone tries to sprint on the fourth, so you may as well sprint on the third and get ahead of them.
Oxygen sort of deficit starting to come in now. The length off the wall is reduced. But look at this margin here for Bridie Quayle. She's already got a national title or two to her name already this week. And this is another convincing win for her. And look at this from Paige Stringer coming through for a silver. And perhaps Amy McGurvin for a bronze. Olivia Wheeler, can she hold on for a bronze? It's going to be close. Amy McGurvin gets in for the bronze. Well done to Bridie Quayle for the win. 2:23, 4 seconds under the time from this morning. And the official result of the 14-year-old girls up there on the screen. Next up is the final of the 15-year-old girls. Lane 0, Anna McLaren. Lane 1, Annabelle Scott. Lane 2, Amelia Duff. 3, Zoe Enor. 4, Pippa Mihaka. 5, Scarlett Bassett. 6, Breeze van Veldhuizen. 7, Holly Stanford. 8, Kate McLaren. 9, Sylvie Gardner. Nice start in lane 3 there, or lane 2 I should say. That's Amelia Duff from United. Gets away nicely. Starting to come through the 2 yellow lanes. Pippa Mihaka and Scarlett Bassett.
Yeah, and I'd expect Pippa Mihaka to get out here early in this first 50 and hold on, looking at those programs from this morning. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone can go with her. Especially Scarlett Bassett with her at the 50. Can she keep up with her for the whole 4 lengths? Are we going to see a bit more of a race than we saw in those heats?
Well, as you say, Matt, some lean towards the 100 and so do naturally want to go out a bit quicker. But the educated sprinters would know, hold back, keep it calm in that first 100. It's always better to build it in that second, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I think you'll find as well a lot of the times when you're swimming at 200, a lot of those swimmers that do the 100 do the 200 purely from a fitness standpoint, so they do have that natural speed. It helps being able to have that speed and be relaxed to bring you down to that 100, and then as you say, being able to be out there, be in the race and just rely on that speed that you know you have at the back end. But it does look like Pippa Mihaka, taking control of this one and going for it.
2 second margin at the halfway mark. Pippa Mihaka over lane 5, Scarlett Bassett going well out there in lane 1 is Annabelle Scott. Annabelle Scott sitting in the bronze medal position at the moment and looking good. That margin now about the same. Nothing really has changed. You can see those times. 37.1 for Mihaka, 37.07 for Bassett.
And Annabelle Scott this morning with a 2:29.2, so having a great swim out there in lane one. Could be challenging for a silver medal here. Probably going to be a lot faster than that time this morning.
Lots of crowd support here on the sidelines for these swimmers. Pippa Mihaka is going to win it. I think Scarlett Bassett's done enough for the silver, but a great swim out there in lane one for the bronze for Annabelle Scott. She's gone 5 seconds quicker to get that bronze. Pippa Mihaka, 2:21, about the same time as this morning.
And as we watch the replay of the finish here, interesting to note, not too many swimmers taking advantage of the new rule change and diving down early into that backstroke finish. Sticking to the traditional lunge, but interesting to see how that develops over time.
Yeah, let's see how we might see more of that in the older girls. There's the result. We move now to the 16-year-old girls 200-metre backstroke final. Lane 0, Catherine Sonnerson. Lane 1, Nancy Johnson. 2, Hannah Piper. 3, Hana Abdu. 4, Isabel Gibson. 5, Savannah Eve Martin. 6, Lucy Ellis. 7, Mia Stanley Hunt. 8, Alex Wynn. 9, Louise Eccleston. Some talented swimmers in here, Matt. Hana Abdo has got a title to her name, as has Isabel Gibson. And not a lot separating those two, as well as Savannah Eve Martin. And a strong start by Isabel Gibson. Taking off down this first lap.
Yeah, and as we've seen a lot tonight, a lot of swimmers, especially in those middle lanes, really attacking this first 50 through this 200 backstroke. We've seen a couple lead it the whole way from start to finish very comfortably, but we are also seeing interesting to see what we see here. A couple of girls behind her, not too far behind this morning. So we'll see what that race strategy, whether or not whether or not Isabel was easing up a little bit this morning, and she's going to crush it tonight.
Mia Stanley Hunt from Coast doing well out there in lane 7, and we're seeing a bit of that in the outside lanes, kind of deciding maybe it was that slower heat in the morning. Held back conserved a bit of energy, and now bring it all for the final.
Absolutely, and as the saying goes, got a lane, got a chance. So all that really matters is you can be here tonight. Whether or not the goal is to come in, win a medal, come in, score points for your club, but whether or not you're in lane 4 or lane 9, you've got as equal amount of chances to anyone else in that pool.
Yep, takes me back to a few Olympic Games. Paul Kingsman, probably too long ago for you, but amazing. Lane 1, wasn't he? That 200 backstroke.
Yeah, I think so. So I think the distance swimmer Perkins from Australia, he was well known for winning his 1500s from lane 1, just getting himself into the final. So
Moss Burmester also had a fantastic 200 butterfly. Anyway, we could go on all day. Back to the racing. It is Isabel Gibson completely in control of this. What an amazing race here. Lane 3, Hana Abdo, she's sitting in the silver medal position. Can Mia Stanley Hunt hold on for bronze here? Mia Stanley Hunt just in front. of Lucy Ellis at the moment. What a win here. Put your hands together for Isabel Gibson, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 16-year-old girls. Hannah Abdu takes the silver, and Savannah Eve Martin comes back strongly in that final lap to take the bronze. Moving now to the 17, 18-year-old girls. Age final, 200 backstroke. Lane 0, Duyong Kim. Lane 1, Kasha Stokes. 2, Anna McGowan. 3, Molly Player. 4, Hope Shamil. 5, Talita McEwen. 6, Tess Winneray. 7, Georgina Bell. 8, Amani Tahaya. 9, Amber George. No one emerging really out the front of that start for the 17, 18-year-old girls at the moment. Maybe lane 4, lane 6. Hope Shamil, Tess Winneray. Nice starts from them. Matt, these final occasions, they bring up a lot of emotion, don't they? A lot of nervousness in terms of being an elite athlete yourself. How does one manage those? I guess it varies between swimmer.
Yeah, it does. And I think, I was always told, if you're not nervous, you probably don't care enough. So nerves are always a good thing. I think it's just finding that way to mentally tune in, mentally be aware of what's going on, and try and move that energy into a positive zone. Try not to let it bring you down. Being excited, being anxious, use that adrenaline for good. And quite often that's why you see some people in finals really go out really fast. Maybe they're a little bit over anxious, and some people know how to channel that and use it to their advantage.
Hope Shamil goes through. Let's look at the margin. It is half a second back to Tess Winneray. Molly Player sitting in third in lane 3. Talita McEwen lane 5 and 4th. Kasha Stokes in 5th. Now still Tess Winneray. She's right on the shoulder of Hope Shamil as where she needs to be if she wants to threaten and try and get on top for this win.
Absolutely. I was about to say hanging in there. I'm sure as she takes a turn here, she'll have a quick look to the side, see where she's at. I used to always be very tempted to look back at the scoreboard as I'm swimming away from it, but I'm sure everyone's a little bit more disciplined than I am. But they'll definitely know where each other are in the pool as Hope starts to pull away here.
Hope Shamil leading with 25 metres to go. Looking very strong. She did a really strong third 50. It was half a second quicker than Tess Winneray, and it's looking like it's coming through now. Body length and a half to win. Put your hands together for Hope Shamil, ladies and gentlemen, winner of the 17-18. Tess Winneray will take the silver. Molly Player keep that same placings as they went through the 100. Talita McEwen 4th, and Georgina Bell coming up for 5th. Well done to our 17, 18-year-old girls. We'll catch a word with Hope. Hey Hope, congratulations on a national title. That second 100 was impressive. Did you know where you were sitting in the field? Did you know what was going on?
I tried to focus on my own race, but I could see the other girls on the side of me, so just try to stay strong.
Now Matt Hutchins was saying, have you ever attempted to look at the board on the way back down?
I normally actually do, but I didn't this time, so paid off.
That's impressive to be able to see the board and still concentrate on your race. In terms of that time, are you happy with that one?
It's a bit slower than what I wanted to go, but overall I'm happy.
Well, good on you. We'll let you warm down, get on to the next. Have you got more races tonight?
No.
You're done. Well done on a great swim tonight. Welcome back to the multi-active coverage of the Apollo Projects New Zealand Age Group Swimming Championships live from the Hawke's Bay Regional Aquatic Centre. Moving to event 20 now, the boys 400 metres individual medley, starting with the 13-year-old boys. In lane 3, Aidan Taylor. Lane 4, Andrew Feng. Lane 5, Jethro Yoon. 6, Oban Williams. So the first of 5 400 IMs, 13-year-olds, then 14, 15, 16, then the combined 17, 18. And just the 4 swimmers here in the 13-year-old category. And the 2 strong butterflies taking it out, Andrew Feng and Jethro Yoon.
Yeah, and the 400 IM really important, not just to be a good butterfly, but be a strong, relaxed butterfly. You know, for those listening at home, you know, you're probably looking at butterfly and thinking, how do you swim butterfly relaxed? But that's why a lot of 400 IMers focus on that 200 butterfly, so they can have that speed, knowing that 100's not their maximum distance that they can go, so that by the time they roll over into this backstroke, you know, they've got a little bit of energy left for that next 300 metres.
That's a good point. Yeah, you often do see the 400 IM, the likes of Lewis Clareburt, being pretty masterful over the 200 and the individual strokes as well. We saw that at the New Zealand Champs last week. He often wins the 200 butterfly. He's very competitive in the 200 freestyle.
I'm sure if he decided to swim the 200 breaststroke, he wouldn't do a bad job at that either.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. It's been very competitive, and what's almost used to be a weakness for him become a strength. Really looking forward to seeing him in action later in the year, and must be an inspiration to these younger swimmers to watch someone like Lewis Clareburt, excelling at on the world stage.
Yeah, it's, I think last week we saw it as well. The 400 IM really starting to become a strong event in New Zealand. I think, you think back, it was only a few years ago where our national record, I think, sat at around a 418. And now Lewis is going to 408, and we've suddenly got two guys qualifying for world champs with Lan Grobler from down in Neptune, and then Sam Brown at Capital as well, being very competitive over that distance. So it's really good to see the event itself getting faster. And I think you said on the world stage as well, that 400 IM, those top times are starting to inch closer and closer to that 400, which, for many years people thought was a long way off.
Well, you look at the numbers here, I'm sure a few would have dropped off not getting in the finals, but from memory, I think there were 6 heats of 400 individual medley. That would have been unheard of a few years ago.
Absolutely, and I think when I was looking at it this morning, there was more heats of the 400 IM than there were of the 100 freestyle, which is wild to me. Obviously people enjoying the 400 IM. Great to see so many swimmers having the diverse skill set to be able to swim every stroke and swim it well. And whereas we've got a bit of range here, as you see Andrew Feng really pushing through this breaststroke, a strong breaststroker. But really good to see this diversity of strokes being swum for New Zealand swimmers.
Let's look at the margin, 3:08 down there at the 250 metre mark, and a further 5 seconds back to Jethro Yoon. But it's never over till it's over in a 400 IM.
No, and I think the 400 IM more than anything, more than the 200 is you're going to get caught out on weaknesses. I think the 200 IM you can hide a weak stroke for a length, but over 2 lengths you've really got to be strong and confident, hold that stroke together, trying to even negative split those hundreds every time.
Beautiful breaststroke here by Andrew Feng. Holding that glide, conserving that energy now into the freestyle. Getting that advantage of getting away first. And still 5 seconds, 5.5 seconds now back to Jethro Yoon.
And really impressive to see Andrew Feng start this 100 freestyle with such a strong kick, taking advantage of that lead into freestyle, trying to get as much distance as he can. Maybe he'll settle down that kick before he builds back up into that last 25.
Great to see the vocal support, the clubs getting out of their seats, Matt, coming to the side of the pool and really supporting their swimmers.
Yeah, and I think it's just a fantastic setup here. We've got the the Hawke's Bay Regional Aquatic Centre, having those stands right there where it's so easy for those swimmers just to step down onto poolside and be right there for their teammates in the water.
New Zealand record held by Joshua Gilbert, 4:46. And the time this morning for Andrew Feng, 5:06. And he's just going to be over 5 minutes here. But it's an improvement. Good job for Andrew Feng, ladies and gentlemen. Wins the national title for the 13-year-old boys. And this is a fantastic time for Jethro Yoon too. 8 seconds under his heat time this morning. And coming in to get the bronze is lane 6, Oban Williams. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. 13-year-old boys, 400 metres individual medley. There's the result for the 13-year-old boys. Next up, 14-year-old boys. They've made their way onto pool deck. Lane 0, Alex Capachon. Lane 1, John Park. 2, Josiah Joyce. 3, Jason Els. 4, Ariel Machirahondo. 5, Nemanja Makovic. 6, Jaden Dickerson. 7, Daniel Lowe. 8, Flynn Beattie. 9, Charlie Shivnan. Now here's one of the swimmers that have done both the 200 backstroke, Ariel Machirahondo. He won the 200 backstroke probably 45 minutes ago. And he's back in lane 4 for this 400 metres individual medley for 14-year-old boys. And look at that time, he was 11 seconds underneath anyone else in this field through the heats.
Absolutely, and in his own right, a fantastic 200 butterfly, and as we saw before, a very, very strong 200 backstroker. So I'd imagine the strength of his IM is this opening half of the race. But Nemanja Markovic there from really pushing him out, really setting the tone, maybe trying to not psych him out, but try to get up there and know that the challenge is on and he's here for him.
Perhaps just conserving that energy in his favoured stroke to be able to pour the energy into the latter stages.
And it looks like Ariel may have lost his cap there very early in the race.
Yeah, I was wondering whether he started with one.
He'll be looking here to try and extend that lead through this middle section of the race. We saw him before, really that third and fourth 50 of the 200 backstroke, and I think in the 400 IM you try to think of every leg as that middle 100 of the 200. You're not trying to speed up at the start, you're not trying to sprint home, but you'll be really trying to relax those legs, especially for the 100 back before you go into breaststroke, but you're trying to negative split up the tempo as he turns here into this fourth 50 of the race and the second 50 of the backstroke.
That lead now opened up to a body length to Ariel Machirahondo, using that backstroke prowess to create a bit of a lead here in the second 100.
And looking very relaxed, like we saw at the end of that 200 back, really, really strong on the arms. A nice, not a nothing kick, but a nice flowing, getting lots of space between those feet on that kick, not overdoing it. I'm sure we'll see, as you turn into this backstroke, really, really leg-focused breaststrokes from here.
That margin remaining pretty much the same back to Nemanja Markovic. He's got a great rating here, Ariel. He's not holding for that glide as long. He's just wanting to pump those arms.
Yeah, absolutely, and very easy as a 400 in the 400 aim to think that breaststroke's your chance to rest. You're really trying to hold that glide, but really important to keep that energy, keep that focus. You don't want to be gliding too long, and Ariel's doing a great job of that here, keeping that tempo up, coming into this 300 metre mark.
And interesting, like the kick's coming in when his arms drive forward. It's a little bit different. A lot of other swimmers delay that drive of the arms forward till after the kick, but he's doing it at the same time. So interesting technique there from Ariel. Goes into the freestyle. That trademark long loping freestyle of Ariel Machirahondo. The margin this morning was 11 seconds. .11 with a 4:09 at the 350 metre mark. Could be looking at a 4:45, 4:44 here. Big win there for Ariel Machirahondo. 2 titles in one night in less than 45 minutes. And a 4:41.84 just outside Mitchell Donaldson's New Zealand age group record.
Yeah, inching ever closer to that national record that's been there since 2007. So could come under threat here in the coming months.
And the race on for third. Jason Ells snatches the bronze. What a night for Ariel Machuahondo. Two very, very polished performances. Off to get his swim cap. A nice little warm down in the competition pool.
Yeah, just taking a bit of a victory lap. Yeah.
Not sure how that came off within 15 metres, but he's got it. Next up is the 15-year-old boys 400 metres individual medley. Lane 1, Jack Younger. 2, Joel Wilson. 3, Daniel Crichton. 4, Hunter Lloyd. 5, Hamish Giddens. 6, Charlie Russell. 7, Bosco Ding. Daniel Crichton out quickly, loves this butterfly. Down that first 25. That strength to weight ratio really good with Daniel Crichton.
And a very nice looking butterfly. It's a good stroke rate, good tempo. Trying to see if he can hold that through this whole 100 here. Get 28.6. That's a fantastic start for the 400 IM. Obviously relying on this part being his strength of the IM and trying to open up a bit of a lead, or as much of a lead as possible.
Great looking butterfly. Daniel Crichton very high in the water. Almost got the spring in the step over the first 100.
Absolutely. Gets that head down nice and early on the stroke, really getting those hips up nice and high, saving himself some energy.
102.20 through the first 100. And Daniel did a 4:59.26 this morning. He was about 7 seconds behind Hunter Lloyd.
As you can see here, though, Hunter Lloyd, a much more proficient backstroker, really taking advantage on this third length, taking back the lead. We'll see how well Daniel Crichton holds on here over the last 250.
Look at this backstroke leg here from Hamish Giddens. Hamish Giddens, I'm sorry to say, it looks like the other two aren't moving, Matt.
Yeah, Hamish Giddens flying down that last length, at least half a second faster than Hunter Lloyd in lane 4 and much more than the rest of the field. So very, very strong backstroker. Like I said, the 400 IM, you know, there's so much more ground to be made up on each leg. So being so strong in one stroke over the other can make such a bigger difference than you see in maybe the 200 IM. So again, Hamish Giddens hanging in there now, obviously uses that backstroke to propel himself, use a bit of momentum into the back half of that race.
You sense that this is the two 100s where Hunter Lloyd gets that advantage of that 7 seconds. In fact, it wasn't quite. Yes, it was 7 seconds. 6 to 7.
Yeah, but it looks like Hamish Giddens not going to let him go too easily. A second behind on that length, but hanging in there, he'll be able to see him down this whole length. You don't want to give him too much of an advantage going into that freestyle, because you can make up over 5 metres of freestyle versus 5 metres of breaststroke. You can definitely generate a considerable amount of lead.
Yeah, impressive Hamish Giddens here in the breaststroke leg. First, second and third quite clear at the moment. Craig Ting holding on to third. Lane 6, Charlie Russell starting to come into the mix there.
Yeah, and a nice, really good, evenly split leg there by Hunter Lloyd. He was a 42.6 down to 42.5 back, so really impressive. It's a negative split. That, showing that he is in really good control of this race. He hasn't got too far ahead of himself. He's not settling in, but saying in task, the coaches over there at Real Madrid doing a great job with these distance swimmers at this age group level.
Plenty of training gone into pull off a good 400 metres individual medley. And a lot of variety in the training as well, because you're constantly wanting to improve each of the different strokes, moves them along. I guess, Matt, it's about concentrating on one stroke per session.
Absolutely. I think it's all about finding that balance. You maybe don't want to jump into training and just keep doing IMs. You break it down day by day.
And here comes another great win here for Hunter Lloyd. Great job. And Daniel Crichton sprinting that final 25 in just 0.2 seconds. Hamish Giddens hold on to the silver, but a heroic final 25 metres for Daniel Crichton. They should be pretty happy with that. 4:46, 4:51, well underneath the heat times. And that is we've got one more to come. That is lane 1, Jack Younger, 5:17 this morning. 5:22 tonight, and that concludes the 15-year-old boys 400 metres individual medley. Moving now to the 16-year-old boys, 400 IM. Lane 0, Rye Luff. Lane 1, Daniel Calabote. 2, Nico Solidi. 3, Leo Arrowsmith. 4, Mitchell Herberley. 5, Kevin Zhang. 6, Luke Gibson. 7, Liam Rees. 8, Jamie Hanton. 9, Blake Faliapa. Yeah, got the sense Kevin Zhang was, as well as some of the other guys, taking it pretty easy this morning. Kevin Zhang goes through first. Luke Gibson follows, Herberly in third.
And yeah, in this race, plenty of names that we've seen pop up throughout the week. Obviously, Kevin Zhang, Daniel Calabo, both double medalists last night in the 200 breast and the 200 freestyle. Naturally going to have some range here in the 400 IM, and Leo Alexander, the gold medal winner in the 200 breaststroke. So look for him to power through in the third leg here. It's just a matter of how much he can stay with the field. But Kevin Zhang really taking charge here early on in the race.
He's an exciting swimmer, Kevin Zhang. He's full of confidence. He's a big man, a big boy, and he's good at all the strokes. He doesn't really have a weakness, not that I can see.
Absolutely not. I mean, a strong butterfly, really good butterfly out there, and as we saw last night, great at breaststroke, great at freestyle. So I would imagine if he's got a solid lead going to this back half of this race, he's going to be a very difficult man to trace down.
Already out by 2 body lengths, Kevin Zhang, lane 6 at the moment. It is Luke Gibson from United who is sitting comfortably in second. Going well, Blake Faliafa in the lane 9 as well. Blake Faliafa sitting in third. Mitchell Herberly in fourth. Leo Arrowsmith, who we all know is an outstanding breaststroker, is sitting in fifth. I mean, Kevin Zhang did a 2:21 turn a breaststroke.
Absolutely, so yeah, no slouch at all. So like I said before, going to be a very difficult man to track down here.
Luke Gibson sitting in second. Blake Faliafa. What can Leo Arrowsmith do through this 100 metre breaststroke?
Kevin Zhang there having really looking nice and strong on that breaststroke. Really powerful kick, holding it together well. Really nice pull-outs off that wall, not losing any speed as well.
Let's look at the change of lead here. Has there been one? No, it is still Luke Gibson. Blake Faliafa still holding on to bronze, I think.
Leo Arrowsmith out there in lane 3, really making a push. I think almost got his way up into second here, but definitely making his run for third.
Kevin Zhang turns for home in the 16-year-old boys 400 metres individual medley.
Keep your eyes on lane 9, Blake Faliafa from North Shore, though, out here right in front of us. A little bit of outside smoke. He's breathing away on this length, but he'll get to look back across the pool on his last length.
Blake Faliafa in 9. Kevin Zhang. It looks so effortless. It does look like he's got more in the tank. Easy for us to say. Kevin Zhang into the final 50. 4:05.08. A 32:55. Hopefully we see a faster final lap here for Kevin Zhang.
Has a look both ways as he's coming down there, a couple of breaths.
4:36.84 for Kevin Zhang for the win. Blake Faliafa takes second. Good swimming for him in 9. Leo Arrowsmith, that breaststroke paid off to take the bronze.
A fantastic closing 50 there by Blake Faliafa in lane 9, though. A whole second faster than Arrowsmith in lane 3. A fantastic closing speed.
Good job by our 16-year-old boys. Now moving to the 17, 18-year-old age group. 400 metres individual medley for boys. Lane 0, Connor Eden. Lane 1, Ethan Buchanan. 2, Joel Veron. 3, Michael Lansdowne. 4, Hugo Batchelor. 5, Lan Hamlin-O. 6, Sam Kenny. 7, Alexander Ciccioni. 8, Jacob Lewis. 9, Ian Chen. Now looks like good easy speed there from Hugo Batchelor, 27.40.
Yeah, looking really good, really relying on that kick here early on in the race with that butterfly, trying to get those legs to propel that upper body up and over the water. It's sort of one of those things, as we've talked about, the backstroke, you're going to be relaxing your legs, so you're sort of alternating 100 by 100, more of a leg-based stroke to an arm-based stroke and then back again. But looking very, very strong. And like I said before, gets that head down early, those hips stay nice and high. 58.4 is a very, very impressive opening split.
It is indeed. He had very good kick too. Good, 2 powerful kicks per stroke. Hugo Batchelor. And he's wasting no time to put a good margin between him and second place at the moment. Currently lane 6, Sam Kenny from Coast. Lan Hamlin-O, his teammate alongside him.
And Lan, obviously, an 800, 1500 specialist, and on a day like today where there wasn't too much freestyle to be swam, unfortunately ends up in the 400 IM, sort of that distance swimmer middle ground a little bit. But only 3 seconds behind this morning was Lan, so obviously going to be great over that last 100 freestyle, you know, relying on that endurance. So we'll see how this breaststroke holds up.
I think Lan's in a good position at the moment.
Hugo Batchelor looking really good there with about a 110 split there on that backstroke.
The 2 Coast boys, second and third, coming strongly in lane 3. This is Michael Lansdowne. New Zealand records held by Lewis Clareburt. You can see the improvement he made. 17-year-old New Zealand record 4:21, and he grew 1 year later. He was doing a 4:14. Massive margin. Hugo Batchelor, this is an outstanding performance so far. It looks that he's really put the 400 IM on top of his list for this championships. This seems to be the performance of the meet so far for Hugo Batchelor. Into the freestyle. 41.42 for that second length of the breaststroke. That was a good 1.5 seconds in front of Lan Hamblino. And now into the freestyle. The intensity's been there from the start, Matt. He's got a great kick going, great rating. He's obviously done the work.
Absolutely, and it's one of those things sometimes that all it takes to get a great swim out of you, you've really just got to put that pressure on yourself at the start, put the pressure on those strokes, not overdoing it, but you know, when you're out in front, sometimes you're feeling more confident, the stroke feels better, that adrenaline gets pumping, you know, you're on your way to a title, and it just propels you through to better swimming.
Hugo Batchelor from United coming in with a 15-metre lead over the rest of the field. Lan Hamlino's going to take the silver. Put your hands together for Hugo Batchelor. What an outstanding performance from him. 4:34. Lan Hamlino's going to go under 350. 4:42, easy. And Michael Lansdowne takes the bronze. Teammate Sam Kenny will take 4th. And well done to our 17, 18-year-old boys. 400-metre individual medley. That concludes the boys' events. We'll catch a word with Hugo Batchelor on his win. Good on you, Hugo. A bit of a tough ask to get you to speak after that one, but congratulations. First reaction.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty wrecked now, but it was a good race, yeah.
Now, you went out in 58 over the 100 butterfly, looking absolutely storming it. You know, was that where you wanted to be? Real quick off the gate.
I mean, yeah, I don't have the speed of a lot of the guys that would have been in the field. So yeah, I feel like I kind of got to get out fast and try to hold it. That's the way to go.
In terms of that 400 ohm, one of the toughest events on the program, what do you love about the 400 ohm? Why do you choose this event?
I mean, yeah, it's brutal, but if you feel good, it's like the funnest race because you get to execute. I mean, yeah, the training's rough, but it's worth it for a race like this, you know.
United Swimming Club, you've got a really big team here in Hawke's Bay. Must be good to have that support.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. I've been up through the team since, I mean, almost my first nags. I did my first nags with Kings, which isn't a club anymore, but oh my God, yeah, Igor, our head coach, he knows how to put a team together, which is pretty special. Yeah.
Round of applause for Hugo Batchelor, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Next up, we move to the girls' 400 metres individual medley, and there are two girls in the 13-year-old final. In lane 4, Violet Carter. In lane 5, Paige Conley.
And as the race enters the water, nothing really separates the two swimmers over the first 25 metres here of butterfly. It'll be interesting to see how this race develops. You've only got one competitor to look at, so it's definitely, at least you're not swimming by yourself out there, but 400 AM is a long race. We'll see how these girls bring forward their race plans over the next 350 metres. And it is Violet Carter at 50 metres with a 33.8.
Well, let's see if we can get the loudest cheer for Violet or Paige here. Let's. Who's going to cheer for Paige? Who's cheering for Paige here? We can certainly hear the person cheering for Violet. Good on you. Well done. Awesome to have that support. Down through the 150 metre mark. The 13-year-old girls, 400 metres individual medley. A tough race for younger swimmers.
Yeah, I think the 400 AM, one of those races swimmers don't normally get into until they're around that 13, 14-year-old age. One of those things you really want to build up, make sure you're strong at all 4 strokes, and then adding it long course as well, just a whole nother ball game. So really impressive to see these girls out here at 13.
Violet Carter pulling away in this backstroke leg. Beautifully smooth backstroke. Hardly a splash in the water. She touches into the breaststroke now. Well executed flip turn. The margin, 7 seconds this morning. And at the moment it is 9.
And just a really nice swim here from Violet. That breaststroke looking nice and smooth, getting those hands out in front of her, holding that glide. One of those things you're always trying to teach kids at a young age, really seeing here how it improves that efficiency of that stroke, saving that energy, relying on those legs before turning into this freestyle.
Yeah, technique so important, especially in this event where just small tweaks of the stroke. It's about reducing that resistance as you're moving forward. Less resistance, more energy required to get you through. And Violet Carter now into the freestyle leg.
And just really important to know, Violet Carter almost a second faster on that second breaststroke length than the first one. So as I said earlier, really in control, showing a good amount of endurance and really, that technique really helping her stay nice and strong over that whole 100 metres there and setting herself up nicely for a strong push right into the finish.
Violet Carter coming home, and she will comfortably win this title for the 13-year-old girls.
And Paige Conley not to get left behind, a whole second and a half faster on that 50 that first 50 freestyle. So not giving up on this race, really trying to, power through it, and obviously racing herself for her best time here.
Put your hands together for Violet Carter, ladies and gentlemen, national title holder for the 13-year-old girls over the 400 metres individual medley. At 5:22, 7 seconds faster than this morning, and 5 seconds faster than this morning for Paige Conley. That's all you can ask for. Massive improvements over the morning swims. Moving now to the 14-year-old girls 400 IM final. Lane 0, Leah Yang. Lane 1, Lisa Shi. 2, Rio Sasamoto. 3, Alex McIntosh. 4, Bridie Quayle. 5, Ava Wilson. 6, Ariella Riley. 7, Marina Nadillo. 8, Charlie Collieri.
And as the swimmers move down the first length here, it looks like Ava Wilson opening up a little bit of an early lead here on this butterfly leg, trying to get out there in front, set the tone nice and early. And it looks like lane 0, Leah Yang, also trying to take the race out there. A little bit of outside smoke as we talked about before, but all eyes will be on the centre of the pool. Bridie Quayle, we've seen her dominate pretty much every 200 we've seen so far in this age group, which you would assume naturally leads to a pretty strong 400 IM. And so she's right there where she wants to be, relying obviously on that backstroke and breaststroke to bring her home through the middle of that race. But it does look like Ava Wilson and Leah Yang are going to take out the first 100 metres here.
Not often you see lane 0 lead out. Lead out the first 50 or the first 100.
We saw it before with Blake Falafea from North Shore from lane 9 all the way out there for second. So like I said earlier, if you've got a lane, you've got a chance. So, absolutely making the most of the opportunity.
Ava Wilson leading this at the moment. Ariel Riley, Marina Nadillo looking pretty good, neck and neck at the moment. Bridie Quayle. Already a title tonight.
Yeah, but doubling up from that 200 backstroke as we talked about earlier, not an easy task by any means, but slowly closing that gap here on the backstroke, but also a very strong breaststroker. So this will be her next 125 metres to really, put her stamp on this race, and see what Ava Wilson's like over the next 150 metres or so as well, but it's definitely close there.
That margin's closed. They're coming in halfway through this event, touched together.
And not to be overlooked, Ariella Riley there from Hamilton Aquatics, the same club as Gina McCarthy, the 18-year-old national age group record holder. So not a bad breed of 400 IMers down there in Hamilton, so she'll be looking to keep her nose in this race as well.
And Bridie Quayle wasting no time in this breaststroke to take half a body length out of Ava Wilson in the first 25 of this 100 breaststroke. And it'll be interesting to see these splits, Matt. Could be 1.5 seconds here, I think it is.
Yeah, so Bridie really looking to power home here, you know, another 1.5 seconds, and that's a pretty solid lead to take into that freestyle. And as I mentioned all night, that first 5 metres of the freestyle, so important to set that tempo up. You don't want to come off too relaxed, because then from that point on, you're trying to overcome your own energy. So you want to start off fast and then let yourself naturally settle into that rhythm.
What I'm liking about Bridie Quayle's breaststroke, she gets herself in that streamline position before the kick.
Absolutely.
Beautifully into that streamline.
And not bringing yourself too high out of the water, you know. Butterfly and breaststroke, very similar body positions. You want to keep that chin nice and close to the water, keeping yourself going forward at all times. And yeah, as you see, those splits there are nearly 4 seconds faster than the field, than Ava Wilson in lane 5 there, really creating much more of a gap, and this is Bridie's race to win here.
5:23 this morning. We've seen way faster times at night. Let's check that split at the 350 metre mark.
I think we're definitely going to see a much faster swim than a 5:23 here.
37.68. The stroke rate here from Bridie Quayle seemed a little slow in that second to last 50 compared to Ava Wilson. And look at that, it reflected in the splits. Quite a slow 53.
Absolutely, and you know, maybe a little bit tired. That middle 200 probably took it out of her, creating that gap, and she's seen the benefits of how good that breaststroke leg was. Probably a little bit too much for Ava Wilson to come back on here, but Ava Wilson definitely closing well.
Bronze medal at the moment. Will it be Hamilton Aquatics racing off against Alex McIntosh? Great win for Bridie Quayle there, 5:16.20. 7 seconds under the heat time. Ava Wilson did a great job too, again 8 seconds under. And Alex McIntosh just getting in for bronze, 0.3 of a second in front of Ariella Riley. Good job to all of our 14-year-old girls. Moving on to the 15-year-old girls now. 400 metres individual medley final. Lane 0, Ella McDowell. Oh, they're coming out. Lane 1, Bianca Raxworthy. 2, Liv Taylor. 3, Olivia Bates. 4, Kate Hurley. 5, Freya Hingston. 6, Mei Ying Reynolds. 7, Annabelle Grenfell. 8, Holly Nelson.
And only a couple of seconds separating the swimmers in lane 4 and 5 here this morning, Kate Hurley and Freya Hingston. And as we've seen tonight, anything can really happen in these finals. Whether or not swimmers were relaxing up or easing up a little bit this morning, but it does look like Freya Hingston out there in lane 5, setting the tone early with this butterfly.
Neck and neck down the first 100. Freya Hingston leads in lane 5 just.
And it just looks like Kate Hurley's maybe hitting this backstroke leg with a little bit more purpose, a little bit more intensity in that stroke rate. Freya Hingston maybe slowing down, relaxing a bit into this first 50. She'll be looking to up that tempo here off the turn to really make sure that gap doesn't get too much bigger going into that breaststroke leg.
And looking out to lane 8 here. This is Holly Nelson from North Shore. She is doing a great job in this backstroke.
Absolutely, taking the North Shore approach tonight from the outside lane in these 400 IMs. A really, really strong first 50 backstroke there, so...
Easily into second, May, in fact, not quite into the lead. And Annabelle Grenfell, also strong backstroke leg for her.
Maybe Holly Nelson out here in lane 8, trying to use that backstroke, clearly a strength of hers, to propel her into this race. So we'll see how this first 50 of the breaststroke goes, but at the moment, it is Kate Hurley all out there by herself.
Yeah, I think she might have the edge on the rest of her. Just looking to see who's starting to come through here. No one really making inroads on Kate Hurley.
But Olivia Bates over there in lane 3 from Haura Pakuranga, really making a strong move here into third, challenging Holly Bates for that second place spot.
Powerful driving kick here from Kate Hurley. In front by 10 metres at the moment. North Shore's Holly Nelson in lane 8. Just behind lane 3 here, Olivia Bates.
And behind them the race for, it looks like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th is on. But it is these 3 girls at the front at the moment. Kate Hurley there. A great split to set herself up nicely.
Now, great swim here by Olivia Bates. She pulled herself well into second here. And still 10 metres in front, Matt. This is a great swim for Kate Hurley.
And looking back, it looks like there's a bit of a battle going on for third. Mei Ying Reynolds out there pushing up. Currently in fourth, she was 2 seconds faster than Holly Nelson over that first 50 of the freestyle.
Great swim. And a title for Kate Hurley. Absolutely stoked. Mei Ying Reynolds gets here for the bronze. Green times all over the board. Improvements on this morning. So stoked. Kate Hurley. Well done, girls. Moving now to the 16-year-old girls, 400 metres individual medley, lane 0, Elizabeth Brennan. Lane 1, Kate Cowan. 2, Sophie Hay. 3, Brooke Swan. 4, Danielle Asiata. 5, Alexandra Campion. 6, Alina Wong. 7, Catherine Sonnerson. Lane 8, Emily Austin. Up early in lane 2 there was Sophie Hay. All pretty even down the first 50 of this butterfly. Edging ahead at the moment, Alexander Campion. Asiata takes them through.
Really nice underwaters there by Alexandra Campion. Coming off that wall, creating a little bit of space, about a quarter of a body length. Starting into this butterfly. Again, really nice technique here, keeping it nice and relaxed, nice and strong as they come down those things. But Danielle Asiata, really, really nice looking butterfly.
Danielle Asiata, such a competitor, always on the podium or near the top of the podium or on top of the podium, and she takes them through. 107.34. And Danielle just starting to pull a bit of an increase here in the backstroke. It's looking strong. Campion trying to hold on. A body length now, halfway through this backstroke leg.
And Danielle with the 8-second lead after the heats this morning. So really interesting to see where that distance comes from, whether or not Campion can stay with her a little bit more tonight. But it really starts to look like Danielle Asiata is really starting to pull away here. I'd imagine her breaststroke is going to be the discipline that really gets her that nice big lead.
Still increasing that lead. About half a body length every 25 metres at the moment. And starting to come up a little bit now is lane 6, Alina Wong. Just had a good backstroke leg here. Sitting in 4th at the moment is Brooke Swan.
We may not a gap as we did this morning through the heats with Danielle Asiata and Alexandra Campion. Looks like Campion really hanging in there, really gritting those teeth on this breaststroke leg, not letting Danielle swim away from her just yet.
I think their margin's actually closed, Matt. What have we got now? We've got about 2.5 seconds separating the two of them. Let's look there, Alexander Campion going quicker down that first 50.
A really nice opening split there from Alexander Campion. Again, as I've said before, trying to negative split these races. The benefit she has is she can see where Danielle is right now. So she's got that target in her eyes. She can have a look out the corner of her eyes and see how much ground she's got to make up. Whereas for Danielle, you know, all she can hear is what's happening around her. You don't want to be turning that head.
The United team going nuts on the side of the pool here. Supporting Alexander Campion, their teammate. And let's look at this split here, 45-67. She pulled it back there. She must have noticed and recognised that she needed to put it more in.
She must have heard us talking about negative splitting those hundreds. So yeah, a fantastic job there by Asiata to power home in control, and it looks like she's just going to have enough in those legs to hold off here in this 100 freestyle.
Alina Wong sitting in third, lane 6. Might be a challenge coming on the other side of the pool from Brooke Swan, lane 3. But pulling away to win this one convincingly is Danielle Asiata. The 16-year-old girls title up for grabs here. A 5:11.39 this morning.
Yeah, very strong freestyle, looking really, really nice here coming into the wall. She has a breath to both sides, puts that head down underneath the flags.
Good job. Give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Danielle Asiata, 16-year-old New Zealand age champion. Alexander Campion going over 10 seconds quicker than her heat this morning. Elizabeth Brennan coming through in lane 0. She did a 5:46 this morning. It's going to be just outside of that. Well done to our 16-year-old girls. And there's the result of the 16-year-old girls. Now we move to the 17-18-year-old final. 400 metres individual medley. Lane 0, Kendall Oliver. Lane 1, Hannah King. 2, Maya Adams. 3, Amelia Feiner. 4, Neve Tassaka. 5, Talita McEwen. 6, Charlie Toos. 7, Zoe Wilkinson. 8, Michaela Botha. 9, Lena Hamlin-O. The combined age group, 17, 18-year-old girls, And looking at the program here, an even mix really. No, we've got 3 18-year-olds, 7 17-year-olds.
And in the middle there looks like it's going to be a good race between Neve Tassica and Talitha McKeown here. Both 5:07s this morning in that program, so nice even race, and then even back to third and fourth, both around that 5:12, 5:13 mark. So could be a good couple of battles going on here for positions as we get through this race.
The New Zealand champion 200 butterfly, Neve Tassica, in 4. You'd expect her to be leading the girls through. Tassica leads them through into the backstroke, half a body length over Talitha McKeown. Sitting alongside McKeown is Charlie Toos from Coast. She's a solid IM. IM is her main event. Very good butterfly too. And the other side of the pool there in lane 3, we have Amelia Finer, recently moved down to Otago, part of that great program. And lane 2 is Maya Adams.
And it looks like the field's starting to pan out a little bit here. Neve Tassica still with a nice strong lead, but Talitha McKeown really starting to, hanging in there, has made a bit of a move up on the field. But as well, Charlie Two's not going to let them get away.
No real change in the lead here. Neve Tassica leads McKeown, and then it is Charlie Toos.
And all the top 3 girls there splitting fairly even on that backstroke, as we probably saw, not much change. But immediately off the wall, it does look like Charlie Two's making a bit of ground up in that breaststroke.
She's looking strong, she's got the endurance, 200 butterfly, and she's pulling away from this field.
I was about to say, quite often you do see those 200 butterflies naturally are quite all right at the 200 at the breaststroke leg in this IM, as I mentioned before. Very similar body movements, trying to get those hips up and down. What would refer to more of an X-axis stroke, a Y-axis stroke, moving up and down, as opposed to the freestyle and backstrokes where you're very straight line swimming.
Great support from the Ngātai Tuatiatara Ika team, based in Wellington, of course. Swimmers from right around the country coming to the Hawke's Bay for this Apollo Project's national age groups. Neve Tassica is 5 seconds in front of Charlie Toos, leading into the 100 free.
And Charlie Toos doing a really good job there in this first 25 of the freestyle, separating herself, making a bit of distance between her and lane 5, trying to hold on to that second spot. Maybe a little bit too far behind to catch Neve Tassica there in lane 4, but it's going to be a nice little battle back there for third. Definitely a battle for third developing between Amelia Finer and Talitha.
Amelia Finer, strong distance freestyler, just starting to show her form. And she's got a sniffer of a medal here, and away she goes. Amelia Finer, look at the speed she's got in this final 50. She could even catch Charlie Toos here if she's not careful. Charlie Toos breathing off to her right, can't see her. Amelia Finer's going to clean up here into silver. Neve Tassica will win it. Amelia Finer's come back for a stunning silver. Charlie Toos will get the bronze. 31.87 down that final lap for Amelia Finer. It's a great swim. And we'll chat to Neve Tasaka on her win now. Congratulations, Neve. Great swim. All the strokes look fantastic. How you feel?
Yeah, I feel quite sore, to be honest. But yeah, good.
That last 25 looked pretty tiring. You had a fast coming Amelia Finer. She came down storming, but you were too far ahead. You put the work in early and it paid off.
Thank you.
You won the 200 fly last week. That was a great moment for you too. That must give you confidence going out in the first 100 to really, I guess, conserve a bit of energy but lead the way through.
Yeah, it's nice to have the ability to go a bit more relaxed, which is good, yeah.
Your coach just about fell in the pool shouting so hard. Could you hear him?
Yes, I could.
She could hear you. Good job. Neve Tasaka, well done.
We know a country where the food is bountiful and the wine is beautiful. Where the skies are big because the horizons are wide, so the warm, gentle landscape stretches out forever. A country where the food offering spans from pick your own to picking it up from a roadside stall or a farmer's market, to taking your pick from restaurant menus that are as good as anywhere in the world. And so is the wine. This is a country that will refresh you and recharge you and just make you feel a whole lot better about things. This country is food and wine country, but you might know it as Hawke's Bay.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Well, thank you for watching. I'm Māori Active. This is the Apollo Projects New Zealand Age Group Swimming Championships live from the Hawke's Bay Regional Aquatic Centre. We move now to the first of two medal ceremonies for this evening's final session. And presenting medals this evening, Jeremy Duncan, former top New Zealand swimmer, Olympic coach for the 2012 London Olympics, presenting medals this evening. We start with the 200-metre backstroke for 13-year-old boys. In the bronze medal position, 2:12.56 from Tasman, Lucas Bell. So Lucas Bell, bronze medal. Silver medal, 2:21.26 from Pirates, Declan Broadfoot. And winning the gold medal, 2:18.60 from United, Seb Segers. Medal ceremony sponsor, All Proof Industries. Moving to the 14-year-old boys, 200 backstroke. Third, 2:15.77 from North Shore, Alwyn Bayo. Silver, 2:11.44 from Aquablades, Max Cave. Sorry, we've also got a third place for our visitor. Bronze medal for Chrysanda Theodore from New Caledonia. And winning the gold medal in 2:10. Oh, we'll go back to Max Cave, apologies. Max Cave, silver, 2:11.44. And the gold medal, Ariel Mochirahondo, 2:10.83, Sumrotarua. "15-year-old boys, third place, Yinok Zhang, 2:14.36, Phoenix Aquatics. Silver, 2:12.06 from Jazzy Hamish Giddens. And the gold medal, Harrison James, 2:10.09 from Vikings. "16-year-old boys, third place, Ethan McDonald, 2:09.96 from Hamilton Aquatics. Silver, James Crosby, 2:09.24 from United. And the gold medal, Jasper Cornish, 2:08.34 from Coast. "17-18. Bronze medal goes to Max Gardner, 2:11.49 from Wharanui. Silver, Angus Blair, 2:10.98, Comet. And gold, Joseph Kodiari, 2:09.30 from Mirihiku. Moving now to the girls, 200 backstroke. 13-year-olds. Bronze, Maddie Young, 2:34.59, Wharanui. Silver, Violet Carter, 2:30.81. Gold, Arissa Liu, 2:29.21. "14-year-old girls next. Bronze, Amy McGirvin, 2:28.90, Phoenix Aquatics. Silver, Paige Stringer, 2:27.64, Hamilton Aquatics. And the gold, Bridie Quayle, 2:23 flat, Wharanui. "15-year-old girls, bronze, Annabelle Scott, 2:24.01, Swim Timaru. Silver medal, Scarlett Bassett, 2:23.33, Parnell. And winning, Pippa Mihaka, 2:21.69, Hamilton Aquatics. "16-year-old girls, third, Savannah Eve Martin, 2:24.53, Coast Swimming Club. Silver, Hannah Abdo, 2:22.88, Wharanui. And winning the gold, Isabel Gibson, 2:17.45, United. (17:18). Bronze medal, Molly Player, 2:20.32 from Ngātai Tuatea Atarika Swimming. Silver medal, Tess Winneray, 2:19.05, TBSS Central City Swimming. And winning the gold, Hope Chamil, 2:16.74, Viking Swimming Club. Now to the 400 metres individual medley for boys. Bronze medal, Oban Williams, 5:20.96 from Fairfield. Here he comes. Silver medal, Jethro Yoon from Phoenix, 5:11.74. And winning gold, Andrew Feng, North Shore, 5:02.75. (14-year-old boys), bronze, Jason Els, 5:04.17 from Coast. Silver, Nemanja Markovic in 4:51.47, Roskilde. And gold, Ariel Machirahondo, 4:41.84. (15-year-old boys), bronze, Charlie Russell, TBSS, 4:59.68. Silver, Hamish Giddens, Jazzy, 4:51.23. And winning, Hunter Lloyd, 4:46.67. Next up, 16-year-old boys, bronze, Leo Arrowsmith, 4:42.53, United. Silver, Blake Faliafa, North Shore, 4:41.66. And gold, Kevin Zhang, 4:36.84, Roskilde. (17-18) boys, bronze, Michael Lansdowne, 4:48.68, Kiwi West. Silver, Lan Hamlin Coast, 4:42.27. And gold, Hugo Batchelor, 4:34.47, United. (13-year-old girls, 400 metre IM medal ceremony. Silver, Paige Conley, Whananui, 5:31.68. Winning, Violet Carter, icebreaker, 5:22.06. Moving to the 14s now. Alex McIntosh is third, Mount Wellington, 5:21.18. Silver, Ava Wilson, Carterton, 5:18.70, and winning, Bridie Quayle, 5:16.20. (15-year-olds). Mei Ying Reynolds is the bronze medalist from Howick, 5:21.28. Olivia Bates gets the silver, 5:16.90 from Howick, Pakuranga. And Kate Hurley wins from Pirates, 5:12.18. (16-year-olds), bronze, Alina Wong, icebreaker, 5:15.33. Second, Alexandra Campion, United, 5:08.91. And winning, Danielle Asiata from Howick, 5:04.98. (17:18) girls, 400 IM. Third, Charlie Twos, 5:06.07 from Coast. Amelia Finer, silver, 5:05.06 from Neptune. And winning the gold, Neve Tasaka, Ngātai Tuatea, 5:01.41. That concludes the medal ceremonies. Thank you to our medal presenter, Jeremy Duncan, Olympic coach from 212 Olympics. And we'll be back after the break to kickstart the finals on session number 6.
We know a country where the food is bountiful and the wine is beautiful. Where the skies are big because the horizons are wide, so the warm, gentle landscape stretches out forever. A country where the food offering spans from pick your own to picking it up from a roadside stall or a farmer's market, to taking your pick from restaurant menus that are as good as anywhere in the world. And so is the wine. This is a country that will refresh you and recharge you and just make you feel a whole lot better about things. This country is food and wine country, but you might know it as Hawke's Bay.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Well, welcome back into live coverage of the Apollo Projects New Zealand Age Group Swimming Championships here live from the Hawke's Bay Regional Aquatic Centre. Moving now to event 22, the boys 100 metres freestyle, starting with the 13-year-old boys. Lane 0, Sam Skidmore. Lane 1, Nathan Nye. 2, Zayden Hollins. 4, Donald Tiang. 4, Liam Curling. 5, Soren Wells. 6, Alex Sanford. 7, Leo English. 8, Michael Sun. 9, Declan Broadfoot. Nice start in lane 4 and 5, Liam Curling and Soren Wells. Soren Wells obviously breaking that long-standing regional record yesterday. He's in great form. Soren Wells going down the first lap. Also going well here in lane 8 is Michael Sun. He's had a good start.
Yeah, and I think a time to watch here. Liam Curling was 55.83 this morning. The national record currently stands at 55.36. by Corey Main, set back in 2008, so that could be on here. Great speed, but Soren Wells hanging in there, not the sprinter, but he's definitely got some back-end speed, so we'll see what happens here over these closing metres of the race.
Liam Curling starting to put his head down, realise he's got to go move into the next gear. Liam Curling, he's all over it coming in to win this title. Let's see the time. Just outside 55.81. Good solid performance again from him. Second goes to Soren Wells. Third to Donald Tian. And Alex Sanford just shut out of the medals there. Let's look at that result. We now move to the 14-year-old boys. 100 metre freestyle final, lane 0, Kagan Boonen. Lane 1, Andreas Bejarano Valdazzo. 2, Osbert Gu. 3, Noah Dulad. 4, Orlando Hardy. 5, Chris Sander Kira. 6, Saba Karpov. 7, Troy Blelevens. 8, Te Hiringa Tahi Ramanui. 9, Marlon Bennett. Beautiful start in lane 5 there by the visitor, Chrisanda Theatre. 2 visitors in this one, lane 3 and 5 of the visitor. The Kiwi Orlando Hardy in lane 4. And he's going well at the moment. Orlando Hardy takes them down the first 50.
Yeah, Orlando Hardy, the only swimmer in the field this morning under 55 seconds, so you'll be looking for him to close out this race nice and fast, but it does look like Chrisanda Kurta there from New Caledonia is going to try and go with him the whole way.
He's looking fantastic. Orlando Hardy leads our visitor, Chrisanda Kurta in 5.
And it looks like Osbert Gu over there in lane 2.
Lane 2, yep, Osbert Gu. Alongside him is the visitor, Noah, and a great win there for Orlando Hardy, 53.60. He goes another second and a bit underneath the heat time. What a great swim. Whole body length in front by the end of it. And let's look at that result for third. It was the visitor, so we've got Osbert Gu gets the silver, Troy Blelevens gets the bronze for the Kiwis. And we move now to the 15-year-old boys final. Lane 0, Zach Alexander. 1, Ollie Robinson. 2, Jono Swanepoel. 3, Isaac Gear. 4, Alexis Lahantik. 5, Mason Wang. 6, Tamana Atatolu. 7, Noah Ireland Spicer. 8, Lucas Percival. 9, Noah Brummett. Mason Wang had a great start there, just stayed underwater a little bit longer, and it paid off for him. Lane 3 going well, Isaac Gear as well for Mount Eden in Auckland.
Yeah, Isaac Gear got some great opening speed there. Lane 4, Alexis Lahanzek from New Caledonia, not letting them get away from a really strong kick, and is here really strong underwater. But it is Isaac Gear coming off that wall fantastically, getting those elbows nice and high, really rotating through that stroke.
Mason Wang coming back strongly now. Mason Wang and Isaac Gear. I think Mason Wang's got on top of him now. Final 20 metres to go. Mason Wang, who's going to hold on? The fatigue's starting to set in. They've got to put their head down to the wall. Mason Wang gets here just by 0.2. Isaac Gear second. Lahanzik gets second for the visitors. And third, we've missed it, we'll come back to it. In fact, the visitor will get the third, and then we'll have another third Kiwi coming in. I think it was lane 2 there. Lane 1. Was it Jono Swanepoel? It was. Jono Swanepoel gets the bronze for the Kiwis. Next up is the 16-year-old boys 100-metre freestyle final. Lane 0, Ethan McDonald. Lane 1, Alex Willis. 2, Lucas Holmes. 3, Jasper Cornish. 4, Kevin Zhang. 5, William Seymour. 6, Ryan Elliott. 7, Brandon Holder. 8, Jack Potier. And 9, Caleb Ludlow. Beautiful start there in lane 5 by William Seymour. He comes out on top down the first 25. Caught now by Kevin Zhang.
Yeah, and Kevin Zhang had a great opening 100 in his 200 freestyle last night, out around a 53.6. I'd imagine we'd be looking at those low 52s, mid 51s here tonight.
Kevin Zhang clears through 25.03, just 0.1 of a second in it. William Seymour's done well to stay with him. Jasper Cornish from Coast sitting in third, half a second back. Kevin Zhang winding up for the final 25. Kevin Zhang's not going to be able to hold back this time. William Seymour pushing him all the way. Kevin Zhang, how fast can he go tonight? He comes in for the win for the 16-year-old boys. 51.64. Solid performance. Great national title for Kevin Zhang. Second goes to Seymour, third to Cornish. So versatile, Kevin Zhang, in terms of the distances, the strokes he swims. Great win for him. Moving now to the 100-metre freestyle for 17, 18-year-old boys. In lane 0, Luke O'Connor. 1, Bryn Drummond. 2, Harrison Clowens. 3, Ryan Peck. 4, Finn Harland. 5, Ollie Lutton. 6, Hugo Rothel. 7, Ryan Quinn. 8, Angus Blair. 9, Eli Wilson. Now the question here is, can we get the speed we got out of the relay, Matt? A 50.3 by Ollie Lutton tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, relay's great for the energy, great for the momentum. You've got to take into account the track start versus a relay changeover. But Ollie has really taken this race out. You'd expect Finn Harlan maybe be in front here at 50, but Ollie has absolutely taken this race.
Ollie Lutton, 24.26, half a second in front. That confidence from the relay last night, but Finn Harlan is starting to come back. Finn Harlan's not wanting to let it go. Ollie Lutton breathing off to the right. Lutton and Harlan, 10 metres to go. Harlan in front by a fingernail. Ollie Lutton puts the head down, they go to the wall. Harlan gets there by 0.1 of a second to win it. Lutton takes the silver, Rothwell takes the bronze. A whole lot of splash pretty close there. And just letting it all sink in, the boys, and we'll have a chat to Finn Harlan. Another title for him. Very, very close. Nice for the boys to be able to actually watch the replay and see how it all played out in the final metres.
It's always quite nice to be able to see yourself on the big screen at any point. So.
Good on you, Finn. Another title for you. Pretty close one, that one. 0.1 of a second. You get there. Well done.
Yeah, you know, me and Ollie in the marshalling room, we were kind of saying like we both would hope to go a 50, or if one of us goes to 50, we'd both be pretty shitty, and ideally both of us go 50 or none of us do. So I always knew it was going to kind of be a close one, and we were kind of talking in the marshalling like both having to go out like a 23.9 or something like that and come back at 26. I'm not sure how I did that, but I definitely knew it was going to be a close one. So
24.2 out for Ollie, 24.4 out for you. He went out quick. He had it at the mark. Could you sense he was in front?
Yeah, definitely. I could see him the whole way. He was in front of me, and I was talking to Gatfield and Michael Weston before, and they're talking about Cameron Gray's 100 free and kind of that middle 50 being pretty important. So I was kind of aiming to make sure I had a really good turn and kind of come back home pretty strong.
Yeah, certainly that third 25 was very good. And I'm guessing you to keep your 100 freestyle fast because you want to be keeping up with the boys when you do the relays with Capital, eh?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's always fun to have a bit of a head out with those boys doing some relays and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Good on you, Finn. Round of applause for Finn Harlan, 100-metre freestyle champion 17-18. We move now to the girls' 100 freestyle. Oh no, we've got the multi-class. We do, of course. The men's, the boys, 100 freestyle multi-class. And they're coming out onto the pool deck. In lane 2, Dominic Hogarth. Lane 3, Finn Russ. Lane 4, Asher Smith-Franklin. 5, Bailey Conlon. 6, James Hayden. 7, Rawiri Tristram Brown. And what a start there from Asher Smith-Franklin, the New Zealand record holder, S14, went under the minute for the very first time this morning, 59.97. And he takes him down quickly down the first lap.
A fantastic swim there this morning to be under the minute, so we'll see. Hopefully we can be a little bit faster again tonight and double that record in one day. And he's looking really, really strong here, looking like he's going to get on the wall in about a 28.6. It's going to be a great closing leg here to get around that 59-second mark again.
Finn Russ is having a good swim here. He did a 104 this morning, but he's really going for it here, Finn Russ. Swimming for Nelson South. And Bailey Conlon sitting in third. Asher Smith-Franklin, can he go under 59.97? He's going to be first to the wall. 58.33. Wow. 1.5 seconds faster than this morning in the New Zealand record. There's no stopping Asher Smith-Franklin. Now, out of all of the New Zealand records I think I've witnessed over the last 10 days, I think that's got to be the best one. What a swim. And here comes Rawiri Tristram Brown. 1:38.34 was the time this morning. Good job underneath that, 1:37.99. Good on you, Asher. We're making a real habit of this. Some fantastic swims. That one I said I reckon is one of the best I've seen in the last 10 days. That is amazing. Are you happy?
Yeah, it's been a long time I swam this event from last year Nags, so it's good to swim this again.
58.3. I mean, I thought you broke the New Zealand record this morning, a second and a half faster. Tell me what was anything you noticed so different tonight?
It's probably because I had Bailey and Finn right next to me, so I had to pick it up a bit more.
Yeah, that really helps. You really respond. I remember in the breaststroke with Josh Wilmer, really put you home. Have you got any brothers and sisters that swim as well?
No, I'm the only one who swims.
Oh, they must be very proud, your family. Congratulations on another title and New Zealand record. Well done, Asher. Welcome back. We now move to event 23, the girls 100 metres freestyle, 13-year-old girls. Lane 3, Kiri Yamagami. Lane 4, Anahira McCutcheon. 5, Alyssa Lawson. 6, Arissa Liu. Strong start in lanes 4 and 5. McCutcheon and Lawson neck and neck down the first 25. Starting to emerge now, lane 5 is Alyssa Lawson.
Yeah, and both girls in lanes 4 and 5 really close to breaking that minute barrier this morning, so we'll see how they're looking at 28.47. Fantastic opening speed there from Alyssa Lawson in lane 5, and not far behind Anahita McCutcheon as well, 28.57. Looking really, really strong here by these girls.
Now Kitty Yamagami just starting to challenge. With 25 metres to go, the three of them. And Alyssa Lawson is now making her move. Half a body length in front. She goes in for the win for the 13-year-old girls. This is a great second 50 for her. Alyssa Lawson wins it. Kitty Yamagami gets in there for the silver. McCutcheon takes the bronze. And a 58.95, Matt, that's a solid swim.
I was about to say, and back in a 30.4 as well. Really good closing speed and really good closing endurance to keep that together over that last 20 to 25 metres.
Moving now to the 14-year-old girls final. Lane 0, Alex McIntosh. 1, Frankie Dodansky. 2, Ava Wilson. 3, Heidi Winter. 4, Milan Glintmeyer. 5, Millie Bell. 6, Mila Gui-Adzinski. 7, Kayla Knight. 8, Lola Nichols. Milan Glintmeyer going out strongly down the first 25, already quarter of a body length in front. Breathing off to her left.
Absolutely, Milan Glintmeyer having a really great couple of weeks here, from Opens last week to national age groups, and taking this out in a 27.7. Really looking at dropping under that 59.1 she had here this morning.
I think she's going to go well under that here if she can keep up this pace, Matt. She's looking great, a body length out in front. Lane 5 coming through, Millie Bell. Millie Bell in second. Who's going to get the bronze here? Going strongly in 3. This is Heidi Winter. Milan Glintmeyer is going to win it. 58.03. Moving on to the 15-year-old girls final 100 metres freestyle. 0, Sophie Barry. 1, Freya Hingston. 2, Riley McBride. 3, Nina DaCosta. 4, Olivia Emmett. 5, Chloe Peters. 6, Charlotte Parmenta. 7, Holly McDonald. 8, Anahira Martin. Strong start in lane 6 by Charlotte Parmenta. She leads the way down the first 25, being chased along by Nina DaCosta and Olivia Emmett.
Yeah, and Charlotte Parmenta, the national champion in this age group in the 50-metre freestyle. So you'd expect her to be out here nice and fast and trying to hold everyone off over those closing distances. But those girls in the middle, all under the minute this morning. Nina, Olivia and Chloe, so they'll have some great closing speed. They won't want to let Parmenta get too far ahead of her though.
Parmenta still winning. She still wins with 25 metres to go. Chasing hard is Olivia Emmett. Olivia Emmett in lane 4. Charlotte Parmenta still winning, still leading. Can she hold on? Breathing off to her left. Coming strongly is Emmett. And in lane 3 it is DaCosta. Parmenta gets there, rewarded for her great start down that first 50. 58-56.
It's actually first equal.
First equal.
58-56. Olivia Emmett and Charlotte Parmenta both.
First equal. Look at that. There they go.
You don't want to be the one to say it, but it does not get much closer than that, Scott. So that's a fantastic swim.
And that's the first equal we've had. And Nina DaCosta just 0.2 of a second back, very, very close. Moving now to the 16-year-old girls final. In lane 1, Emily Austin. 2, Lily Humphreys. 3, Bella Wansborough. 4, Zoe Pedersen. 5, Amelia Bray. 6, Hannah Abdo. 7, Ariana Roberts. Zoe Pedersen, very quick over the 50. Got a beautiful long freestyle stroke. Amelia Bray alongside her, goes out quickly, wasting no time. Amelia Bray wants to get a bit of an advantage over the first 50 from Zoe Pedersen.
Yeah, very difficult. Zoe Pedersen obviously breaking that national record for the 15-year-old age group just the other night. Really, really fast 50 freestyler. We'll see how she holds up over this back 25, but 27.8, not looking bad, not looking too bad out there at all.
Pedersen now starting to wind it up. In lane 3, Bella Wansborough from Aquablades.
And as we saw in the 50, Zoe Pedersen really just relies on that kick over the last 15 metres. As you can see, a little bit more white water coming up here. She puts her head down into the finish.
And Pedersen's going to win it. Bray will take second. Wansborough takes third. Two of them under 58. Good to see. Just pulls away over that final 20 metres, Zoe Pedersen. Next up, 17, 18-year-old girls, lane 0, Amelia Black. 1, Olivia Sweetman. 2, Liv Peebles. 3, Brooke Miles. 4, Summer Osborne. 5, Eva Allen. 6, Charlotte Gibbs. 7, Milana Tapper. 8, Samantha Wilson. 9, Maddie Horton. Very even off the start. If anything, lane 5, Eva Allen. Eva Allen goes down the first 25. Bit of an advantage over Summer Osborne, but we know Summer Osborne's got the legs to come home.
I was about to say, we saw Summer Osborne close out the 400 free on the opening night for the national title. We know she's a fantastic 200 freestyler qualifying for that World Champs relay team, so really expect her to close out this race here.
She's got some work to do though, Summer Osborne. Eva Allen is doing very, very well. She's holding on to that lead. Takes a quick look to her left. She knows where Osborne is. Eva Allen, 20 metres to go. Can she hold on? Summer Osborne storming home. Osborne's going to get there. 56.70. Great finish there for Osborne. Needed absolutely everything in the tank there to get home. Great racing. Let's look at third. I think third was either lane 2 or 3. I think it was 3. Brooke Miles. Let's have a look at that result. It was Brooke Miles just over Liv Peebles. Good on you, Summer. Congratulations. That's pretty close on that one. You really had to dig deep.
Yeah, it was a really tough race. I saw Eva on that turn. I was like, oh, I got to go. So I'm really happy with that finish. And I just put my head down and go. So, Scott, how do you think this week has been going?
For me, very good. Great racing. You've got a mum behind me who is very, very proud of you. Should we get her out here?
I think we should. Let's bring her in.
How about I just leave you guys to it? Here you go.
Tonya, what is your favourite race of the week been?
Oh, it's got to be that 400 free summer. Just, you know, it took my breath away, my love.
Thank you. What are you looking forward to for the next 2 days of national age groups?
Some sleep would be good, maybe, and then then the drive home with your dad. We're looking forward to that too.
Thank God I'm not on that drive. Well, thank you, Scott. Give it back to you.
Congratulations, Summer Osborne, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of a character too. And the first one to grab the microphone off me in an interview so far this championships. Probably more of that to come. What have we got next? The 100 metre freestyle for girls multi-class. And they're behind the blocks now. In lane 3, Mackenzie Drage. Lane 4, Riley Sayer. Lane 5, Brooke Anderson. And lane 6, Millie Long. Riley Sayer off to a fast start here, and let's look at the rest of the field. We've got impairment class S8 for Mackenzie Drage, and we have the same class for Brooke Anderson. That's lane 3 and 5. Physical impairment class S10 for Millie Long in lane 6. Ages ranging from 15 through to 17. Riley the youngest in the field, Matt.
Yeah, and Riley the 14-year-old. The 16 and under New Zealand record holder for the S14 in a 109.35, so a little bit faster than what she was this morning, so we'll see what she can put up here tonight.
Really exciting to see where Riley Sayer will go. At just 14 years of age, she's got lots of growing to do. And let's see how she goes tonight. 1:13 this morning, her best lifetime is 109.35. $1:10.83. Well done. Way faster than this morning, Riley. Good work. Let's see if we can get some PBs out of the other girls. Next to the wall will be lane 6. Millie did a 1:33.31 this morning. And she's gone underneath that. Lane 3, Mackenzie, has gone quicker as well. Well done to our girls in the 100 metre freestyle multi-class. We'll catch up with Riley Sayer. Hey Riley, congratulations. What was great about that is it was 3 seconds faster than this morning. You must be happy with that one.
Oh yes, definitely. I really enjoyed the race and I just felt really, really good in the water, and I'm just glad that I wasn't too behind my time that I did at Opens.
And how many more events have you got to go in this Champs, do you know?
2.
1 tomorrow, 2 tomorrow?
I got 200 free tomorrow and 400 all by myself.
Well, you tend to go pretty well all by yourself. You seem to break records. No pressure.
That's only luck.
Well done on another one. Congratulations. Welcome back. We move now to the relays. Event 24, the 4x50 metre medley mixed relay. Firstly, for the 15 and under, there are 2 time finals in this event, and the first time finals ready to go. Lane 3, TBSS Central City A, 4 Tawa A, 5 Wharanui A. Good win there by TBSS in that first time final, lane 3. Moving now to the second time final with the fastest 8 teams. Howick Pakuranga A in 1, North Shore A in 2, Phoenix in A in 3, United Swimming A in 4, New Caledonia 5, Hamilton Aquatics A 6, United B 7, St Paul's A 8. Let's have a look who we've got, Matt. Leading off here is Amelia Duff in 4 for United, Yenok Zhang in 3 for Phoenix, Chrisanda Kera for New Caledonia, Pippa Mihaka, lane 6 for Hamilton Aquatics.
Absolutely, the New Caledonians off to a great start in lane 5, but it does look like it's going to be, no, it is New Caledonia in 5, closely followed by Phoenix there in lane 3. So really strong start, and obviously really interesting. Back to mixed relays, which we had on the first night, and now that it's not freestyle, it's those tactics of, where do you swim your fastest swimmers, and what leg do you think makes the most difference having a male swimmer versus a female swimmer? And I think worldwide you're starting to see a lot more often the male swimmers are swimming the breaststroke, as that's maybe where the biggest differential is in those splits.
Yeah, great comments, and tactics so important. Away they go. This is Blanche Frulon for New Caledonia. She goes away in the butterfly, but you've got Mason Wang here for United. He's going to seriously take.
Who absolutely flew in that 50 butterfly last night and the 100 butterfly earlier in the week. So really, really strong swimmer. He's going to set up his teammate really nicely here, Mia McDonald, for a nice glory leg, hopefully, as she can hold off the chasing swimmers.
And anchoring home for United is Mia McDonald. Clara DeLunel comes through for New Caledonia. Sitting third at the moment is lane 3. This is Troy Blay-Levens.
And the race is truly on for that New Zealand silver.
And Orlando Hardy coming through very quickly. And he might even snatch. No, he's going to get bronze.
Silver for the Kiwis, though.
That's right. Silver goes to Hamilton Aquatics. Bronze goes to Phoenix. The winner, United. And we'll catch a word with the United team. Amelia Duff, Cameron Karpik, Mason Wang, Mia McDonald. Come on over, United team. Congratulations, United. Who got you with the vivid pen? Who started with the vivid pen?
Pretty much everyone was just drawing on us, to be honest.
Did you think it made you go faster?
Yeah, probably.
Now, who makes the decisions on who swims what? Where's the strategy come from here?
Oh, well, it's just all our main strokes, so it's quite easy and obvious who was going where.
Well, I think you made a real difference in that middle part of that relay and never look back. Congratulations, United, for winning the 15 and under relay. Next up is the 4x50 metre medley mixed relay, 16 and over. And there are 3-time finals. This is the first one. Tawa Swimming Club A in 3, Selwyn Swim Club A in 4, and Mount Maunganui B in 5. And Tawa absolutely smashing that first time final, 156.34. Moving now to time final number 2. Lane 0, Parnell Swim Club. 1 Aquablades A, 2 Tasman B, 3 Jazzy B, 4 Ngātai Tuatea, 5 St Paul's A, 6 Howick A, 7 Pirates A, 8 Mount Maunganui A. New Zealand record holder, 30.79 down that 50 breaststroke. Oliver Mowat in lane 5, storming down, bringing his team right up to the front again. .25.3 there for Oliver Mowat. Didn't even see him take a breath. That looked pretty good. And spinning it home is Emily Austin. Winning it here for time final number 2 is Bella Wansborough for Aquablades. And second will go to fast finishing Nathaniel Hunt. Lane 7, Sean O'Connor close. Gets the Pirates team in for a third. The third time final, 16 and over, 4x50 metre medley mixed relay. 0 Coast B, 1 Tasman A, 2 United B, 3 Coast A, 4 United A, 5 North Shore A, 6 TBSS, 7 Aquagym A, 8 Jazzy A, 9 Phoenix A. Lane 5, this is Hunter Dobson. Hunter Dobson screaming down the first lap. Anna McGowan in 6, Isabel Gibson in 4, Amber George in 3.
And it'll be interesting to see what these teams go. We've had some fantastic swims in the previous 2 time finals. The Tawa team going the 156.34 all the way back in the first heat. And we believe team before at 155 somewhere didn't quite come through on the official results. So these teams here are really going to have to fly. It's not just about this race. There is some teams already in medal contention.
And Melissa Cowan, the very quick breaststroker. The boys are struggling to catch her. I think we've got Leo Arrowsmith. They might just catch Melissa Cowan by the end. And we've got Jasper Cornish, done a pretty reasonable breaststroke leg as well. Who knew Jasper Cornish could swim under 30 for 50 breaststroke?
Meanwhile, still those splits at the 100, a little bit behind what we saw in the previous heat, with Aquablades taking it out and around that 58-second mark. So it's going to be tight coming down this back half of this race.
Summer Osborne waits. She goes for North Shore. It is Eva Allen for United. Zoe Pedersen. Zoe Pedersen is in lane 3. New Zealand age group record holder Zoe Pedersen. She doesn't breathe in the 50. Can Coast collect this? Zoe Pedersen and North Shore Swimming Club. It's all on. Zoe Pedersen's going to win it for Coast. What a 50. Let's have a look at the time. 25 flat for Zoe Pedersen down that 50. Wowee. 25 flat. Now that's what team camaraderie does. It brings out some spectacular times and a great win for Coast. And we'll catch up with the Coast team. Before we do though, please put your hands together and thank our technical officials as they leave the pool deck. Coast Swimming Club, come on over. Where's Coast gone? Here they come. We've lost the rest of them. Oh, here they come. Of course, they were down the other end. Jasper can be the spokesman. Now, first of all, under 30 for the 50 breast. What the?
Oh man, I'm just so stoked with that. Holy.
That was awesome. Massive team effort. You had to chase it home. Zoe, 25 flat in that 50 freestyle. Did you breathe?
No, I didn't.
No breath. That was spectacular finish to the night. Congratulations, Coast Swimming Club, ladies and gentlemen.
We know a country where the food is bountiful and the wine is beautiful. Where the skies are big because the horizons are wide, so the warm, gentle landscape stretches out forever. A country where the food offering spans from pick your own to picking it up from a roadside stall or a farmer's market, to taking your pick from restaurant menus that are as good as anywhere in the world. And so is the wine. This is a country that will refresh you and recharge you and just make you feel a whole lot better about things. This country is food and wine country, but you might know it as Hawke's Bay.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that action. Great finish for those relays. We're going to move now to the medal ceremonies. And presenting medals for this medal ceremony block is Brett Naylor, Aqua Black and Olympic head coach. Great to have Brett presenting medals. He'll be with us shortly, I'm sure. And just waiting on swimmers to be in position for the first of our medal ceremony. We start with the 100 metres freestyle for the boys. And just having a look at some of the highlights from tonight. Ariel Machirahondo, double golds in the 200 back and 400 AM, along with Bridie Quayle. Stunning performances, two very demanding events, and to come out with two national titles is an awesome performance. We're going to get started with our medal ceremony now for the 100 metre freestyle for the 13-year-old boys. Bronze medal 57.76 from Coast, Donald Tian. So Donald Tian, bronze, 57.76, Coast Swimming Club. Silver medal, Soren Wells, 56.80 from Wharanui. And winning the gold medal, Liam Curling, 55.81, Coast Swimming Club. Medal ceremony sponsor, All Proof Industries, and our medal presenter, Brett Naylor, Aqua Black and Olympic swimming coach. 14-year-old boys, third place, two of them. Troy Blelevens in 56.25 from Phoenix, and Noah Dulard from New Caledonia, 55.82. Silver, Osbert Gu, 55.88, Phoenix. And also our visitor, Chrisanda Kira, in 54.79 from New Caledonia. Winning the gold, Orlando Hardy, 53.60, Hamilton Aquatics. "15-year-old boys, 100 freestyle. Third place, Jono Swanepoel from Coast, 55.34. And Alexis Lanhantek from New Caledonia, 54.59. Silver, Isaac Gear, 54.34. Winning the gold, Mason Wang, 54.12. 16-year-old boys now. Third place, Jasper Cornish, 53.84, Coast Swimming Club. Silver, William Seymour, 52.71, Tasman. And winning the gold in 51.64 from Roskill, Kevin Zhang. Moving now, 17-18 boys, 100 freestyle. Third, Hugo Rothel, 52.12 from Jazzy. Silver, Ollie Lutton, 51.13, Equigym. And winning the gold medal in 51 flat from Capital, Finn Harland. Now to the multi-class boys, 100 freestyle. Third place, Bailey Conlon, 102.23 from Te Arawa Swimming. Silver, Finn Russ, Nelson South, 1 minute, .47. Gold medal and a new New Zealand record time, S14 from North Shore, Asher Smith Franklin. Now to the girls, 100 freestyle, 13-year-olds. Third, Anahira McCutcheon, 1 minute, .60 from TBSS Central City. Silver, Kiri Yamagami, 1 minute, .1 from Howick Pakaranga. And winning, Alyssa Lawson, 58.95 from St Peters. Fourteen-year-old girls, third, Heidi Winter from Alexandra, 1 minute, .89. Silver, Millie Bell, North Canterbury, 1 minute, .05. Winning the gold, Milan Glintmeyer from Kiwi West, 58.03. Third, this is the 100 freestyle 15-year-old girls. Third, Nina Da Costa, 58.75, St Paul's. And first equal, Olivia Emmett and Charlotte Parmenta. Making sure they've both got the right coloured medals, they do. Sixteen-year-old girls, third place, Bella Wansborough, Aquablades, 58.49. Silver, Amelia Bray, 57.98, TBSS Central City. And winning the gold, Zoe Pedersen, 57.25, Coast Swimming Club. (17.18), third place, Brooke Miles, 58.93 from Ngātai Tuatea Ataraika. Silver, Eva Allen, 57.07, United. And winning in 56.70 from North Shore, Summer Osborne. Moving to the 100 freestyle for girls multi-class. Third place, Brooke Anderson from Orca, 1:35.17. Second, Mackenzie Drage from Aqua Gym, 1:34.19. And winning the gold, Riley Sayer, 1:10.83 from Matamata Swim Club. Moving now to the first hour of relays, the 15 and under 4x50 metre medley mixed relay. Third place, Phoenix Aquatics A. Yinok Zhang, Jasmine Lyles, Arissa Liu, Troy Blelevens. Silver, Hamilton Aquatics A and New Caledonia. And the Hamilton Aquatics team, Pippa Mihaka, Grayson Elliott, Chloe Peters, Orlando Hardy. And in the New Caledonia side, Chrysanda Kira, Alexis Lahantic, Blanche Foulon and Clara Delanel. Winning the gold medal, United Swimming Club A, Amelia Duff, Cameron Karpik, Mason Wang, Mia McDonald. Nice photo, that one. The final medal presentation is for the 16 and over now. Third place, United Swimming Club A. They'll be making their way onto the podium. Isabel Gibson, Leo Arrowsmith, Hugo Batchelor, Eva Allen, third place in the 16 and over 4x50 metre medley mixed relay. Second place, North Shore Swimming Club A, Hunter Dobson, Melissa Cowan, Ivan Liu and Summer Osborne. And winning the gold medal, Coast Swimming Club A, Amber George, Jasper Cornish, Sam Kenny, Zoe Pedersen. Well done to all of our medalists this evening in session number 6, the third final session. And thank you to Brett Naylor, Aqua Black and Olympic coach, former head coach, for presenting those medals. Now Matt, it's been a great session, some really fast times, impressive performances. What were the highlights for you?
Yeah, I think as we mentioned before, the double-up gold medals from Ariel Machirohondo and Bridie Quayle and that 200 back, 400 I am definitely doing it the hard way for those two golds. I think Asher Smith-Franklin, that national record, going under the minute for the first time this morning to take that all the way down to a 58.3. This evening is a fantastic swim. Orlando Harley, Finn Harlan, both really good times in their 100 freestyle respectively. And then I think the race of the night, the girls' 15-year-old 100-metre freestyle with Charlotte Parmenter and Olivia Emmett going a dead heat right at the end there. So, some fantastic swimming all around. I think we're seeing some really fast swimming all week. And, hopefully these swimmers can hold it into the next 2 days.
Yep, likewise in our voices too, Matt. Thanks for joining us on Multi-Active tonight to watch the finals. We'll be back for the heats of day 4 from 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.